I'm at the redesigned rocket ship park in Port Jeff. It used to be a couple of play structures that were boring and sand, and there's the amazing rocket ship climbing thing. Poppy is most into the merry-go-round, which is pretty fierce. Sorry for me. This is her happiness. The sadness is that there's something wrong with me, and I just want to know, is it I feel like a junkie. I feel like a vampire. Okay, months and months and months now. I just go to bed late, and I get up later than people with jobs. I get up later than you do, or I've always felt somewhat out of step with society for a long time now, but mostly used to it. But ever since I went on a couple of things, Lexapro and Juice Bar, I don't want to be talking on my phone with people next to me on this bench. Maybe you could see them. It's like I generally have a lot less anxiety and depression, but also like I feel a little shut down, like low motivation, but not caring. And so it's like a little hard for me to interpret. I'm not used to feeling this way in general. Like usually I'm paralyzed and anxious and self-loathing, and now I'm like calm and flatter. No, I'm not flatter. I'm less depressed. I've been playing with Poppy more. I'm cooking more. So there have been some upswings. But there's something with the morning. Okay, I can't even explain it exactly. So when I first started Lexapro, which is like about a month ago or so, no, 2 months ago, I was having really bad fatigue in the morning. And then Dr. Allen said it didn't matter when he took it, so I was just taking it in the morning because he said it didn't matter. But I go on the internet and a lot of people are like, oh, it gives me so much fatigue, I take it at night. So I just switched it to night. He said that was fine. And at some point in the last month or something, I was finding like I was real shaky in bed, like doing my butt exercises, squeezing like really fast, like training for twerking, which all through my life, if I'm twerking in bed, it's like I'm not ready for bed, and just kind of like a bit of a racing mind, and then having a hard time waking up in the morning. So last night, so I decided that I was gonna go back to taking Lexapro in the morning, and that would start this morning. I slept till 3:30, but I got up early. Not early. It's not early. It was like noon. I got up at noon, but I went to bed at 3:30 in the morning, and I was awake. I was like, okay, all right, I'm up. I'm just gonna energize, and then I'm gonna get Poppy up, and we're gonna have a nice day. It's beautiful out. So keep an eye on Poppy. Just assume she's on that merry-go-round, but she's not. Don't worry. I'm not worried. She's fine. I played by myself without parental supervision when I was 6, like all the time. And I just told her, like, don't leave the playground without talking to me first. And she won't. Okay, anyway, and none of these people look like. All I see around me are parents. I don't see single men watching children, which would be the bad thing. Okay, so anyway, yeah, until noon, I'm like I sent you that little video of me making my awesome drink, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna drink this, get pumped, get Poppy up, like because I felt a little depressed, but I was like, this drink is gonna give me the life, it'll give me life, and get her up, go out. So I drink it, take my meds, and while I'm drinking it, I'm perusing Data Lounge a little bit, you know, just having a little me time before I get her. I mean, I need that, no matter what. I mean, so that's very important to me, and that's one of the reasons why I like to get up a few hours before she does. So, so even then I was a little stressed, like, oh, I don't have that much me time, but I'm power drunk. And, what am I saying? What am I saying? Oh, she's running with a little group of girls. It's so sweet. I'm not gonna try to awkwardly film it. Okay. She's got a pack. I hope it lasts. So, get to the fucking point. I drink it. I've taken my pills. I'm doing a little Data Lounge, a little Insta. And the next thing you know, it's like you shot me up with fucking heroin. Or like, no, there's no high. I didn't feel high. It's just like a really heavy sedative. And I just had to lay down and close my eyes. And then the next thing I wake up gasping. Like, and like I know it's like late and it's 3:30 and I started like really panicking. And this is just like an hour ago or hour and 15. And so I'm like, okay, like this day. Oh, the other thing is like yesterday I was depressed, and like we took her haircut, we did her haircut, but like she didn't play outside even though it's nice out. She just wanted to sit and do her pad, and I felt very flat, and I was like, that's all I want to do myself. So took naps, and so she was up really late. That's why she's sleeping at 3:30. I don't know what time she fell asleep. All I told her when I was going to sleep was I left the light on real low, and I was like, you can play with your stuffed animals, you can draw, you can look at books, but it's gotta be quiet because I'm going to sleep. And I don't know what time. I mean, that was at like after 3 with me going to bed. So it's fucked up. I hate Paul's schedule because we were doing a little better when he was at jury duty and like not coming home late. Everything was like 2 hours earlier happening. Still late nights, but not this like it's not this late. It feels so unhealthy, especially with fall and shortened days coming on. Oh my god, it's happening right now. Okay, so I jump off the couch and I'm like, my heart is racing, and I make her a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I make a little bean burrito for me. Like just trying to, I like set up lunch, and so that we could quickly eat, and I got clothes out for her, and I got dressed, and just like bam, 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 got her up. But the thing is when I got her up, like I was like, Poppy, Poppy, and she woke up and smiled, like she always does when she sees me, and I started crying, like crying. I have PMS really bad, and I'm like, one hand I'm like, it's okay to show emotions to a child, but another, not to burden the child with the responsibility of making mommy feel better. I know that. So I'm like, what's wrong? I was like, I slept really late, and that makes me very anxious because the days are getting shorter. So it just gives me a really bad feeling, and I wanted to get up lots earlier so we could have lots of time at the park. But it's okay. We can still go to the park, and we're still gonna have fun, and everything's cool. It gives me a very anxious feeling to sleep this late, and that's why I'm crying, and I'm not feeling that well. But let's have a fun day. Let's do it. But it was like I had to force myself to be like, because she started kissing me all over, and I was like, oh, your kisses are so sweet, like let's go have lunch, just to try to be like the adult, but like feeling like a crumbling mess mom with mental illness. So at least I know that I know what I know. I mean, there's moms with mental illness that are just fucking raging lunatics, and, I have insight. Some therapist was like, insight is what is needed to get better in life. Like if you don't have insight, you're not really going anywhere, and you're more likely to hurt people. So, which seems to make sense. I mostly hurt myself, though. But glimpse of the Central Park. So then she was getting her body dressed, and I was already dressed, so I stepped outside and called Paul. I was like crying, and he was like, "It's okay, you still have time, like she's still gonna have fun. Maybe it's the meds, you're seeing doctor next week." He's like, "It does sound druggy, like I'm just okay, Anna. I'm in a really weird fluxy, because there are things in my life since adding Lexapro and Buspar. I can't really separate which one's doing which. No, I can't. I think there's some lift of depression. Well, it's like day to day. Like yesterday was just as nice as today, and I could have. I was actually on my way to taking her to this park, but I hadn't prepared a lunch before we went out, and it wasn't as. Anyway, we want to go to Midori. I spent $50 on our lunch because I just wanted to sit and eat. And I knew it was late. Yesterday was just weird. I'm just having days. I'm sorry I'm talking. This is like I'm talking to my therapist. I'm sorry. I'm having days where always at some point in every day now is a good thing that in the past, like several years, like every day now for the past 4 to 6 weeks, I'll do something that was very hard for me to do before, like the dishes or a load of laundry, or taking Poppy out to the park without feeling like there's a gun to my head, playing with Poppy with genuine, fun, like enjoying it, like really getting into it, so I can see really clear positive, less depressive behaviors, and that's happening, and there's definitely less like anxiety. Today was bad, but no anxiety, way less anxiety, and yet there's also this paralysis is still there. Like Paul and I had a business meeting on Tuesday about remaking the new list, and we're on the track. We have not abandoned our project of living. He's been doing things. I don't even want to get into that, but I'm feeling a little better, a little less paralyzed. I will not go into the details of that, but I had been feeling completely paralyzed, and he's been hot and cold, or gets real into it and then like drops it for a while and gets into it and drops it for a while, whereas I've been like doing nothing. So I'm feeling a little more like part of a team with him. So that's another good thing. But there's a morning, afternoon, I don't know, like I feel like I don't exist. I feel like I'm not in the world. And I have not existed and not been in the world since I stopped working for Linda. I mean, well, making a baby and raising a small child I shouldn't discount that at all, but as far as just being like, I know so many mothers that are in the world while being mothers, and I'm not in the world while being a mother. So, anyway, that's been a struggle this whole time, and I'm feeling stronger in many ways, and more, active, productive, but then I wrote a book last year. Now I can't get back into that. I gotta go. I have 4 seconds. Bye.